Just a little black spot in my heart, and then it kept spreading through my body when...
Welcome to Volvo S90 Recharged T8 Polestar engineered Inscription model. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Well, let's hope our ride is going to be a little bit smoother. So, without further ado, I say let's get out of here and hit the road.
I will take on the world again.
Right, I say it's time to launch this wild Swedish animal. So I'm going to pop you into Polestar engineered mode. There you go. Traction control into sports, and I think this is all I can do in order to boost my confidence. Foot on the brake, foot on the throttle. Ooh, warm you up a bit, and off we go. Gut punch, I tell you. So the declared 0 to 100 is 4.8 seconds, and I am, oh dearest God, 5.09. Where did it all go wrong, darling? It is an absolute catastrophe, and I have failed on this assignment. Oh dear. Anyway, the top speed is 180 kilometers an hour. Alright, let's have a look what is happening under the bonnet. So we've got a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine that is combined with electric motor. This is a plug-in hybrid, and the total power that is being produced 391 horses and a whopping 640 newton meters of torque. And that is enough about the numbers under the bonnet. Okay, so let's take care of some housekeeping, shall we? So the declared electric range is 61 kilometers, which is 38 miles. And you can achieve this figure only if you nanny the throttle pedal big times, you're driving on flat roads, and there's no winter outside of your window. Because as soon as you're done nannying the throttle pedal, and believe me, you will be done, there is a hill here and there, because that's just life. Even when you're driving in the spring, summer, autumn, or even mild winter, you're looking at a more realistic figure of about 40 to 45 kilometers, which is fine. As soon as the temperatures drop well below zero, well, you can chop this declared figure in half. Now, you can increase your range by frequently pressing the brake pedal, which is something you will definitely do in the congested city. These are small increases, but as I always say, every bit helps. Once you run out of your electric juice, you of course have the wonderful flexibility of the petrol engine, which is why I prefer and strongly recommend a hybrid car over an electric car for the vast majority of people today. Once you run out of electric juice in your electric car, well, let me tell you, you are stuffed. So the declared fuel economy here is 1.8 liters, and I'm trying to understand, where did this figure come from? My logic tells me it is when you charge this car regularly, but is it every 100 kilometers? I'm not sure. Just to give an idea, I have left with a fully charged battery. I drove through a congested city about 25 kilometers. Then I hit the motorway with a sort of confident speed of about 130 kilometers an hour. And at 100 kilometers mark of my distance, my fuel economy was just under 7 liters. You might ask yourself a question, why even bother with a hybrid? Well, I'll tell you why. Because this is a big, sumptuous, luxurious machine, and under 7 liters is an excellent result. Plus, if you register this car under your company, you can lower your tax rate. So for me, it is actually a win-win. Okay, let's check the boot space, see if this works for me. Yes, it does. All right, so we've got 500 liters of space in here, reasonably easy access. The shape is practical. Okay, it might not be so practical when you're carrying dogs, but here's my recommendation for you. You can always adopt a cat, and that'll solve your problem. And that is enough about the boot. Okay, on to charging. So you can charge the battery using a regular wall socket at home, and it will take you 6 hours. It might seem like a lot of time, but just pop it overnight. It is very easy. Now, you can reduce the charging time from 6 hours to 3 hours And this is really as good as it gets. And there are two ways to get them. The first being you can purchase a Type 2 charging cable so that you have access to those rapid public chargers, but it's still going to take 3 hours, so it's not so rapid. And you have to pay £50 for the cable, which is a bit of a cheapskate move of Volvo. Not very elegant. Anyway, the alternative is, if you've got the facility naturally at home, is to buy one of those home chargers. And there are a lot of specials at the moment, and the last time I checked, the cheapest was £279. So actually very well priced. It's still going to take 3 hours. And unless your lifestyle precisely requires shorter charging time, I just wouldn't bother.
Right, let's go and live the good life tonight.
Alright, and what about being a passenger in the S90? Well, there's no need to talk about the legroom or the headroom because we've got more than plenty. The leather here is just as soft as it is in the front. The seats here are heated, and I have to say, I really don't mind being a passenger in the S90. Anyway, let's move on to much finer and fluffier things in life than charging time. Let's talk about comfort in this car. So here you do not feel any bumps, any imperfections on the road. Even the big speed bumps, you simply flow over them rather than drive through them, which can be quite painful. You do not have any tire noise, you do not have any wind noise. The ride here is peachy, it is refined, it is absolutely glorious. It really is the ultimate cruiser. And I'm hearing that we do have an advanced air cleaner, and apparently up to 95% of all the dirty particles from the outside is being blocked. I'm starting to wonder, what about the remaining 5%? Will it ruin my skin? Oh dear. Anyway, moving on. This car starts from just under £58,000 in the UK. And if we look at direct competition, we've got BMW 5 Series, 530e more precisely. We've got Mercedes-Benz E-Class hybrid, and they're all three wonderful cars, but slightly different in their way, so it just depends what is important to you. Now we've got 8-speed automatic transmission. The gear change is seamless, it is smooth. This gearbox doesn't ponder, it does not wander, it simply gets on with the job. Okay, so let's have a look at the cabin. We've got two trims available in the S90, the R Design and the Inscription, which is what I have with me today. Both trims are similarly priced, but they do offer some differences both in the exterior and interior. For example, the grille is very different. Both trims you get 19-inch wheels as standard, but the design is different. The R Design is a little bit sportier. It offers you suede and leather seats versus full-on leather. Suede is my personal preference, but then again, the full leather here is so incredibly soft. We've got seat cooling, seat heating, seat massage, but the sort of logic, hot and sticky in the summer, cold in the winter, does not really apply in here. Absolutely gorgeous, these seats. Now the quality of the materials, the fit and finish here is superb. You've got this real wood, it's just so lovely. It is clean, it is pure, but it's very elegant. Now, lovely two-tone steering wheel. You've got the shortcut buttons in here, digital driver's display. Again, very clean layout. Now, it is pretty, but it's also practical. So you've got a large bottle of water, easy fits in the side pocket. You can pop it in here. You can pop it in here, very easy. You can close the shelf. The space here, well, it's a bit tiny, to be honest. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a way to open it. I'm just being stupid, not knowing how to open it. It is possible. But anyway, you can pop your mobile phone in here. But I've just noticed I've got nowhere else charging, which really is the end of the world. Oh dear. Never mind, that's fine. We have to live with this. Now onto infotainment system. So this is business as usual for Volvo. There's no change in here. This is a touch screen. Easy, straightforward, reasonably good graphics. Let's have a look. Although I do feel, I just keep sounding like a broken record, the Volvo is due for a bit of an upgrade. I mean, the system is good, but you know, the competition is catching up very quickly. So Volvo needs to stay a little bit sharper here. But I'm sure once they come up with a new system, with an update, it's going to be amazing. I love this petite gear lever. I did mention the seat massage. It's absolutely lovely, I tell you. Women love it. Even when they say they don't love it, they love it. They're lying. What else? I think that's it for the cabin. It's the sort of Swedish simplicity, but there's plenty of elegance and class in here, and I absolutely love this cabin. It just puts me at ease. It's so serene, it is so peaceful, and that's it. We do have a very good visibility here, big rear window, although you can close it with a blind if you do not want to see too much. The panel here does not obstruct your view, it does not create a blind spot. Now, this is not a small car, yet it is very easy to maneuver it around town. That's because we've got a very good turning circle. Overall, it is actually easy, very easy to drive this car, very relaxing. Now, of course, being a Volvo, we do have an army of safety systems, but I want to emphasize just how good the adaptive cruise control is. I mean, let's be honest, it can be a bit of a hit and miss with other brands when the adaptive cruise control just makes the car become so jerky. Oh, it's a disaster. Not here. Here, you just pop it into cruise control, everything is so smooth, so refined, and you travel in complete and utter silence, and let's be honest, a bit of luxury. So just because this is a relaxing cruiser, it doesn't mean this car is a sleepy saloon. Quite the opposite. We've got a very solid response from the steering. And what happens when we floor it? It is punchy, it is very punchy. You've got plenty of muscles. You might not be wanting to use these muscles constantly, but when you want it, it's there. And when you put your foot down on a twisty road, you'll be surprised just how confident this car really is. It feels solid, it feels planted. We've got an all-dry system, so nice and safe in the winter time. To wrap it all up, for me, this car is classy, it is refined, and it is absolutely glorious. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all very, very soon. Bye. Okay, let's check the boot space. Touchless opening, not working. All right, let's check the boot space. Does it work? No, it doesn't. It's not working. Okay, let's check the boot space. Okay, let's check the boot space. Is it gonna work?